Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we are checking again 5 attacks that you can punish. We are gonna be focusing on V-Shift once more today because it is a new mechanic and it opened a door to punish a whole lot of new moves. Now the first one we're gonna talk about today is Seth and his heavy kick Tatsu. Now generally the heavy kick Tatsu of course is +2 on block, but you can interrupt it, right? You were always able to interrupt it like that. However, there was a kind of a mix-up here, because if I tried to do the same thing, but Seth did the medium kick, you would trade or get hit, right? So there was a little bit of a mix-up between him doing the heavy or him doing the medium. It wasn't a guaranteed punish, and you kinda had to guess on which one he was doing. Or if you try to react purely but reacted too late, sometimes he would actually hit you out of it, or you would trade or whatever, right? But the beauty of the V-Shift is that now the heavy Tatsu is very reactable, and instead of blocking you can even last second V-Shift and be able to get a full combo punish. So for example, what's gonna happen now is something like this. You're gonna be +15, +16, and most characters in the game actually get full combo punishes on him. So I'm just basically confirming that he didn't do the medium, and then I get a punish. And of course, if Seth does the medium is -4, so you actually do get to punish it on block, right? So you actually do get a punish here. So now I do think that Seth's Tatsu should be very easy to deal with. As long as you have bar for V-Shift, all you have to do is just confirm that he is doing the heavy, and even on the last second you can V-Shift and get full combo punishes on Seth. And now for the second attack, I wanted to talk about a situation that happens all the time, and it's of course when you are fighting against Bison. The situation I'm talking about is after he throws you backward and then does a Psycho X. This was of course a perfect meaty. You can't jump, you can't backdash. If I'm using Cody and try to sway on wake up, I get crash countered. So you can't really do anything at this point, right? You kinda have to take his Psycho X. However, if you V-Shift on wake up, you are gonna be at a +10 advantage. So if I V-Shift here, I should be +10, and this is gonna be the distance, the spacing, and depending on your character, the punish may differ. So for example, for someone like Cody, from this distance, you're gonna have to critical art, right? For someone like Cody, you're gonna have to critical art, but the beauty of this is you can actually hit confirm, and then, hit confirm that he was doing the Psycho X, and not just waste your bar, right? Because otherwise, your best option will be to just wake up super, which is this is a bigger gamble, right? So I do think the V-Shift is a lesser gamble, and you get to confirm that you are gonna punish him, right? It's +10 on block. You're gonna be at a +10 advantage. Of course, Bison can kinda wait for you and punish it. He can get something like heavy kick scissors. It's not that big of a deal. If he tries to react to your V-Shift and then slide, for example, let's do the same situation. You should be able to get to block, right? So if he tried to purely react to the V-Shift, you should still be able to block his slide most of the time. I think it's gonna be pretty useful. Obviously there is a little bit of a gamble here. This is not a guaranteed punish, but if your character didn't have any ways of actually checking Bison without having to spend their entire V-Gauge, I think it is good to do it once in a while to make him think about it before doing it. And now for the third attack, I wanted to talk about Urien's EX shoulder tackle. Urien's EX shoulder tackle is a 2-hitting attack, right? As you can see, it's a 2-hitting attack, and depending on the spacing which the move was done from, there could be a gap between these 2 hits, and that is the gap that we wanna V-Shift and punish. The good thing about this is if the attack is spaced so that there is no gap, it's true block string. So for example, if I'm blocking it from a distance, say here, as you can see, I mashed on my V-Shift and nothing came out. It's a true block string, not much that I can do about it, right? However, let's say that Urien did it from a closer distance, so there is a gap. You can, as you see, you can V-shift it and get full combo punishes. You are gonna be +7 on this V-shift, so I do again suggest that you would take it to training mode, see how your character can punish it. But like I just showed you, if there is no gap, it's true block string, nothing will come out if you just V-shift. So I do think this is actually a really good tech to use against Urien and should be very helpful in that matchup. And now for the fourth attack, I wanted to talk about its charged Knuckle, right? It's this Psycho Knuckle attack. This attack is kinda annoying to deal with because of course when blocked it is -2, so he's totally safe. You can kinda jump back and punish it if you're ready for it, but again there is a couple of frames for re-jumps, so if you do it a little bit too late you can get tagged on the way up. That happens, right? But now with V-shift, you can actually V-shift it and get big punishes on head. As you can see, when we V-shift this, we were +22. So that means that you get whatever you want at this point, right? The good thing about this is when you do it, and even if you do it and he is close to you, he doesn't cross up. So for example, let's do it the same way here. Even that close, he doesn't really cross up, and the closer you are to him, the more plus it is. So whenever you see it doing this, just make sure to wait for it, V-shift, and full combo punish him for it. And now for the final attack, I wanted to talk about Alex's EX Stomp. Alex's EX Stomp is a really annoying attack, to be honest. It is +2 on block. It leaves him in command grab range, so he can command grab you after that. It is pretty fast. It is reasonably fast, so it is kinda hard to anti-air the EX Stomp. I mean, you can, like if you're waiting for it like that, but if you're trying to purely react, it can be kinda difficult, of course. It doesn't hit airborne opponents, so you can kinda neutral jump it and punish. But you know, if you're trying to purely react, he can actually block this. So this is not a real punish. The best way to deal with it from my experience now is to V-shift it. Of course, if you're using a character like Chun-Li, the best way to deal with it would be to actually charge a spinning bird kick and just do it here. But for most characters, they don't have an up-down reversal that they can just wait and punish him for. So the best way to punish him, in my opinion now, is to V-shift. And you wanna V-shift reasonably late, because if he does it from a closer distance, he might jump over you. He can kinda control where he's going with that one. So try to confirm that he is going in, right? Try to confirm that he's going in. V-shift as late as possible. And if you notice, you're still gonna be in the +6. I would say +6 to +8. This time I was +7. But being +6 to +8 means that you should still get a medium regardless for most of the characters. So let's try to do that again. Right? You should still be able to get something like that on Alex. It will still take you some practice. Again, make sure to do it as late as possible to just confirm that he is going in. Like he is targeting you with the stomp and not trying to feint it, right? And that is pretty much it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. I will be leaving the Patreon page and the Discord server link in the description. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.